Well, here's a lousy sports analogy, but you may get something out of it. I think that so many people are afraid to get up to the plate, to take a swing at the ball, because no, they can't hit a home run. That we want everything easy, want to be able to do everything, that we know we could do it before we can do it, or before we even try to do it. And that's really stupid in life, because nobody really knows what works for sure. We're all guessing, and we all want to be told, oh, this is really going to work, and things like that, and then we're safe in trying something. God, I mean, I think nothing's safe. Everybody's guessing, and so the only way to find out if something is good or bad is to try it. And that's what's neat about today's economy. The new economy lets you try anything for no money at all. The internet, before you used to have to start get hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a factory to make something, to have a store, to do anything. Now you just have an idea, put on the internet, find money, and then make it, if enough people want it. The same way with retail stores. We talked about fashion trucks, and now it's food trucks. Man, food trucks, I don't know about your city, but we have hundreds of food trucks. These people would have wanted to do restaurants before. That would cost $500,000 to start a restaurant. Now for 10 grand or something or whatever, they could have a food truck and be in that kind of business, and probably even have more control of their life. I mean, the food truck business is growing all over. We interviewed somebody before who actually gives a great lesson on how to start a food truck business. Now, here's a guy that I think represents just doing something. He's a young fella looking for things to do. He loves food trucks. So he didn't want one, but he said, hey, what we should have in this country is a website that helps people get money for those who want to start a food truck business. So he's developed this website just for people who want food trucks, so they have a source to find money to do it. And what's nice, he's struggling, it's just starting out, whatever, but his heart is into it. And you see how he loves doing it so much because his heart's in it. Work is not work if you really want to do it. And that's the key in life, is finding something you really want to do, even though you're not positive you hit a home run, because you don't have to be positive. And actually, if you're positive, somebody's probably already made it already. So the trick is to keep trying things to see what really works. You have an idea, it doesn't take much to do it, like he's starting a whole new platform. Not starting a food truck. For a couple $100, he built this website, and he's seeing how that works. So, and I think that's what life is about nowadays, is just getting up the plate and trying to hit something. Man, you can't learn to do anything by sitting at home and analyzing it. You got to get off the couch, do something about it, and see what happens. And then that, win or lose, that will give you more information and better information about doing anything next. Then you'll be more prepared for the next thing. And that's why you have nothing to lose by trying. And what he's cool at now, when you watch this interview, he'll advise you for free. I mean, he studied all these food trucks business, trying to get and how to raise money on the internet and things like that. So he gives you free consulting even. So he may not be the biggest website doing this stuff, but he certainly has the biggest heart doing it. So take a look. Okay, well, Anthony Myers, man, you're the food truck fundraiser guy. and it's fun, fun-dit.com. Because right. People hear me say one thing, fund it. That's wonderful. Right. But you started this crowdfunding site just for people who want to be in the mobile food business, right? The food trucks that are around city. And you're in Portland, and you said you got about 300 or something like that there. I know we must have at least that in Washington, but it seems like such an easy way to get in the food business now. You don't need $1 million. And so what your platform is to help to show people how they don't even need investors and find funders through the crowdfunding for that. But you're a real entrepreneur hero. Number one, because you've been at this for a year, and it's a struggle to start, isn't it? Yeah. But number two, you're so generous with your time to help people who are thinking about getting in the fund business, right?
Sure. Yes, I'm enjoying that part of it. Most of all, I'm enjoying helping. It is a struggle to, a lot the bigger names, of course, get the headlines and people know about them, but it's the fun part is just helping people, even if they go on to use a different platform. I've just been having a great time, consulting and explaining that, how crowdfunding works, because there's still a big misconception about how it works.
I think 1/2% know about crowdfunding in this country, and that's it. And they think that they can just put something on a crowdfunding site and the checks will come flying in. Yeah. But it takes that effort on your time. But it doesn't take a lot of money. I think that's the important thing for people to learn. And by the way, when you say consulting, I assume, are you charging for the consulting yet, or?
No, I'm not charging for the consulting yet.
Okay.
Basically, right now, because I've actually had to turn people away. Not turn them away, but just let them know, hey, it's not a good time to start.
Right.
So I explain to them why, and then I start helping them to build the audience.
Right. No, you're right, because you have to be prepared to do this.
Yes.
You have to have some kind of audience, some kind of following before you just go it on. So this means that your funded.com is really a place, if I'm thinking about being in the mobile food business anywhere, if I want a little cart or a hot dog stand or on wheels or a food truck or a gourmet food truck or whatever, that you're a source now. So if I'm living in Washington thinking about it, I could come to you, number one, to see, hey, what do I really have to know to raise money for a food truck? Maybe even about, what kind of numbers does it cost? And then if I look well enough to start fundraising, that you're a platform just for foodies.
Just for foodies. That's right. Mobile foodies. If it's on wheels, come to me.
Well, and then how about, to me what's interesting too is that you seem to, you got in the business, and so many people think, wow, I'm going to do it. And you put 3-6 months in the site, and you put up the flag, and there's just silence. And then you have to do something else. But where do you find the spirit or the perseverance to pick up again when things don't happen? Because 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's been tough. The first few months were was great. I had a lot of buzz. Basically, I follow what I'm telling them in my consulting.
Right.
I slowly built a following before I launched Funded.
Right.
And I had people involved so they know that Funded was going to be coming up, being launched. And the first few months were great. We had some campaigns and a lot of buzz. And then, like you said, it kind of goes silent. But I've just looked at a lot of successful companies, and not all of them are overnight success.
Nobody is. It usually takes 30 years to be an overnight success.
So I use that as inspiration. I think ultimately I just enjoy it. I really enjoy. I had a blast building this site. I built it myself, and I'm having even more of a blast just helping people who contact me.
Well, I think that's the key in life, though. At my age, I see that, I try to even suggest people to find something you really want to do, because everything is a pain in the ass. Everything's difficult. Everything, life is shitty, and there's no way out of this thing except going through all that stuff, And so if you choose something you really want to do, number one, you'll have the perseverance to get through there. If the first, bang sends you home crying, then you don't belong there.
Right.
And that's the key to me in life. So that's why, to me, you're a little microcosm of what anybody successful has to do, because also the longer you stay through all those bumps, the stronger you get, the better you get, and you start really learning what you should have done a year ago. But the only way you learn is by doing it. It's sort of like, playing football. You can't sit home and watch it and say you could play,
That's right. Definitely. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
So that's what what can we say to people that, to explain how difficult it is and what you have to grab to make sure you get over that hurdle, that roadblock, that rejection or whatever it is that we all have to face. I mean, because that's the key. Huh?
Yeah. Well, don't go. Well, I know it's easier said than done, but don't go at it alone. I've had my wife actually has been fantastic. She's really helped me because, again, I'm not gonna lie. There's been times when I've just been down. I'm like, it's not working.
Right.
It's so tough to get because if you don't have the big guys behind you,
right,
marketing dollars, it's tough. It's hard. But she's been great. She's just been just keep at it, just go at it. This is what you want to do. Just keep at it. Stay positive. Like she says, put on your positive pants. And, just keep going.
That's right. Well, no, you're right. When you say that, see, I've been married 3 times, and I had a couple businesses, but I was always married, and I think probably that's why I needed somebody at home, just who thought I was cool when the world was beating me up every day.
That's right. The world will beat you up, that's for sure.
Every day. And that's why another thing, I think I mentioned it before we went on the air, where I think that's what, it wasn't until about 40 or so, I think, that's what, if you love somebody, you really have to do is help them do whatever they want to do.
Okay.
Not tell them what to do. It's just, if you're asked, you can tell them. But otherwise, you say, hey, honey, what do you want to do? How can I help you? Yeah.
Right.
And that's love to me, and that's what we're here for, to help everybody, help each other do that thing. Because it is so tough, and that's why you get beat up for free. So why come home and people tell me?
Right.
So it's funny you mention that, because I think myself, I have an MBA in computers, and I had a computer software company that failed in the 70s.
Oh,
But thank God, because it got me out of that. I was trying to do it like they taught me in school, and at MBA school at the time. And
you learn from it, though.
Absolutely. And tell you the truth, failing to me was the best thing that happened to me, because I got out of my head all the stuff that I thought I had to do. Mainly, the biggest problem I think I had was I thought I'd be embarrassed if I failed, and everybody would point at me.
Exactly. Yep.
And then after I had 2 failures, I found, hey, nobody gives a shit. They're so worried about their own life.
People are too busy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then what happened after that, I said, well, God, my first 2 businesses, I didn't have fun at all. I failed. I mean, that wasn't fun. But even going through it, I didn't have fun because I was doing it like everybody else was telling me. Yep. Then the 3rd time, I said, hey, this time I'm going to have fun. No matter what the worst has happened, I'm going to fail again. What the hell? I've done that twice. And at least you have fun going through the process. And then I think, at least for me, this is why we're question mark students. Since then, I've been trying to find out what's inside of me that I could bring out.
There you go.
And this just happened about 10 years ago. I was still digging. And when you're natural, then it attracts people that you could really help. So what you're doing with the consulting business, or helping people, I mean, that may be a bigger mission you'll stumble into,
That's right.
That you wouldn't have known without, trying something. You never know. I mean, I'm convinced you just have to, only thing what you did, your job you hate is you can't do again. And you got to go forward, even though you don't know what the hell it is yet.
You never know what life's going to throw. Yep.
Yeah, and it's fun. And to me, the fun is trying things. You try and try. And now it's cheap to try. You go and crowdfund, see what works. You try another one, see what works. What the hell? You're not taking out a mortgage.
I think that's what makes life fun. Just keep trying.
Yeah. Well, that's what, I mean. Then I think about like my kid. I was thinking when they were like 30, like your age now. But if they were coming back from 2nd grade and they lost in a race, say there was a foot race at school. I was thinking if he came back and Max said, "Oh, I came in last, Dad," would I yell, "Hey, you lazy son of a bitch, get out there!" And you can't do that to the kid. And that's what we are inside. But we beat ourselves up. You know, oh, why aren't you smart enough like that guy? And when in fact, the name of the game is, are you trying? You know.
That's right.
And as best as you can. Well, it's great to have you there. I'll tell you, you keep at it. Having, you know, helping people who want to get in the food business, want to get a food truck.
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, oh, my pleasure. No, this is, it's insightful. It's stories, because everybody starting a food business is going to do exactly what you're doing. You know, have to go through all that. We all have to. There's no ins and outs of that. And so you're there to help and get them ready to go get that funding and food dip. FUN-DIT.com.
Yes.
Yeah, Anthony.
And just if any of your viewers are thinking about, you know, if they're thinking about starting a food business, get a hold of me and
great. Give you a shout.
You know,
so, and they could always find you through the website, right?
Yes. Yep. Definitely.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being there to helping other people try to do what they want to do in life. Definitely. See. You want to do in life is helping other people do what they want to do in life. See? So it all goes around and around. Well, thank you so much, Anthony. Thanks for being there.
Thank you
Take
very
care.
much. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, you're going to start a food truck, you're going to start a website, you're going to do whatever it is. Just start something.